All right, what's going on, everybody? We're finna get ready to get this show started. Definitely make sure y'all go ahead and share this show out to everybody. Let everybody know they can come on in, and we are gonna have a really good time. We're gonna have a good time talking about just the national media and their non-understanding of the Tennessee Titans a little bit, and also we're gonna get into possibility of a possible free agent signing definitely possibly coming in. So we're definitely going to talk about that. And today, a legend has passed away, and we're definitely going to go into that as well. So everybody, come on in. Definitely make sure y'all share this show out. Let everybody know where they can come on in, and we are going to have we'll have a good time, and we're going to get the show started in less than 60 seconds.
They call me a god. 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 Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody
What's going on, Titan Nation? How's everybody doing? Welcome into TNT tonight. I am your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we are going to have a very good episode right here with you on this evening. And so, everybody, make sure y'all go ahead and share the show out, and make sure everybody come on in. And we are definitely going to have a really, really good time. And so, just making sure I share the show out as well. And we are getting this show on the road. Hope everybody's doing okay and having a good Wednesday. And make sure y'all go ahead and share this show out. Make sure y'all go ahead and as you make your way in, go ahead and hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button as well. Definitely help the algorithm. And also hit the bell if you're new to the channel. So then that way you can get the notifications whenever I do go live. You will know and you will be able to join in on the fun, and you'll be able to be a part of this show and everything that we got going forward. Probably because after this show, probably going to be taking a mini break for a minute as the Titans players are getting ready to take a break. So definitely go ahead and subscribe. And then also check me out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. And so that way, if you can't listen to everything or you want to go back and you missed something, you can definitely go back and do that as well. And in that way, you will be able to keep up with the show. I definitely try to make sure I get everything out at least the very next day. So definitely make sure y'all do that for me, and I definitely do appreciate that. Right now, I'm actually in the process of sharing the show out myself, so that way other people come on and get in on everything as well. So definitely come on and be a part of it, and we're definitely gonna have a good time. And again, make sure you follow on Facebook at TNT Enforcers, on X at TNT Blue Enforcer, and of course on Instagram at Titans underscore in underscore truth. And definitely check us out there. So definitely go ahead and do that for me. And we're gonna get this road on the show. Now, So let's go ahead and get to that. And also, cash apps are definitely appreciated as well. I see we got Johnny Bell in here. What's up, sir? And then Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on? I'm definitely trying to see if I can make it to the Bengals game as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But the main subject that we had on this show, and what we start off with, as you can see on the graphic, national media stay hating. And I X'd out NFL Live. And here's the reason why. And we're going to talk about the disrespect that the national media just continues to show the Tennessee Titans. Because I was what brought this on, I was scrambling through NFL Live, I believe the other day, and came across this graphic. And they were talking about the Colts, and they were talking about the Jags, possibly extending Trevor Lawrence. They picked up his fifth-year option, and they were wondering if they should extend Trevor Lawrence. And then, also they were talking about the Colts. They were talking about Anthony Richardson and how they're excited to see him and hope that he could take the next step. But then I come across this graphic right here. This was off of NFL Live, and what they basically said, according to ESPN Analytics, the Houston Texans have a 51% chance to win this division. Colts and Jags, right around 23 and 21% respectively. They got the Tennessee Titans at 5%. Even with all the additions that they've added, even with, still DeAndre Hopkins is here, adding Calvin Ridley, adding Tyler Boyd, adding Lloyd Cushenberry, getting L'Jarius Sneed, Chidobe Awuzie, drafted J.C. Latham, drafted Devondre Sweat, and they still have us at 5%. Now, we hear a lot of times how the national media just disrespect the Titans, and they're always picking against us. They never say anything good about us. And, you have the haters in the world like your Nick Wrongs, your Sam Achos, who makes my head hurt anytime I listen to him, looking like a fake politician. And what it all comes down to with the national media is they're worried about Will Levis. And I was listening to Stillman and Company just a little bit ago, and ESPN's Jason Fitz was on there, and he was basically saying, right now nobody knows enough about Brian Callahan. Like, more people are into his father, Bill Callahan, than they are him, and are so focused on the fact Derrick Henry is no longer with the team, and Mike Vrabel is no longer with the team. And that's the thing. The national media seems to have such an infatuation of Mike Vrabel. They just seem like they can't stop loving Mike Vrabel. Everybody kept saying, like, I even went back and looked at a clip of NFL Live when Mike Vrabel got fired. The day that Mike Vrabel got fired, a lot of them kept saying, Dan Orlovsky and Marcus Spears, all they kept saying was, Mike Vrabel is such a good coach. You don't find a good coach every day. And, he was so successful. And all I keep thinking is, did you not watch the last 2 years of his tenure? We had one of the worst offensive lines ever. Yes, he went 54 and 45, but he went 13 and 31 in his last 2 seasons, including a year where you had the division pretty much wrapped up, pretty much in your hand. All you had to do was kind of go 500 the rest of the way. You were at 7-3. If you just go 500 the rest of the way, you easily have the division. But instead, you had the whole thing with Todd Downey's drinking, and then, Mike Vrabel refusing to let him go, and things just complete. And then John Robinson getting fired, A.J. Brown embarrassing you. And all of that, you still had a chance to make the playoffs at the end. 2 minutes to go, and you're in the playoffs, and the Titans found a way to squander that too. But the media is so in love with him, and he's such a great coach. The following year, you go 6-11. So this notion that the national media just has so much love for Mike Vrabel is it's sickening to me. And basically, not too many people out there are giving the Titans a real shot at anything. This was about a month ago, and they were talking about this on, I think, Chris Sims' podcast. Now, this was as of about a month ago. They were talking about last place finishers, who has the best chance to go from worst to first. Of course, the Bengals are the best chance. A lot of people are really drinking the Bears Kool-Aid, with Caleb Williams and all the additions that they made. Chargers, okay, I expect the Chargers to be competing. They have the Titans at plus 1,000, fifth best odds to go from worst to first. Honestly, at plus 1,000, I would take those odds. I think the Titans can win the division. And I think that should at least be the floor, is competing for the division at plus 1,000. Patriots, Panthers, I don't think they have a chance. The Cardinals could do something if Kyler Murray could get back to form. And now you got Marvin Harrison Jr. out there. But other than that, they got the Commanders above them. And the Commanders have Jaden Daniels at quarterback. I think the Commanders are going to stink. And I know one of my closest friends is probably going to watch this back and want to cuss me out for saying that. But, hey, call a spade a spades. Washington ain't going to be that good. They might be all right, but they ain't going to be that good. So, and I want y'all to see my face. Washington going to be all right. They ain't going to be that good. But we going to find out. We really are. But really, a lot of this with the national media is going to come down to Will Levis. And I think that's what a lot of people are wondering about. Because I honestly do believe if Brian Callahan was, say, coaching the Chargers, or he got the Falcons job or the Raiders job, the national media would be loving on Brian Callahan right now. What's up over chicken? So the national media disrespect is, I don't really pay much attention to it because I take it with a grain of salt. Because a lot of the times, they don't really watch Tennessee Titan football anyway. They are scoreboard watching. They are box score watching. And that's what they base their arguments off of. They don't look at the actual product. Maybe they look at some highlights, but they don't look at the whole body of work. And that's why we cannot take anything the national media says seriously. You can't. So, again, I thought it was laughable. I thought it was something to kind of laugh at. The national media is always going to disrespect us. And again, I'm going to put this back up. Some of y'all take a picture of this. I got the picture. Remember this. If the Titans win the division, go back and you can basically sell NFL Live, ESPN, and some of these guys, besides TD, because TD know his stuff. He works with us. And we can go back and tell all them, see, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all think y'all know the Tennessee Titans so well, but you don't. And I'm telling you, on Sports King, DraftKings Sportsbook at plus 1,000, I'll take that bet. I might just put a bet in on that. I think I'm definitely gonna. I always put a bet every year. I think on the Titans winning the division. And now unless the odds look really bad, then I probably won't do that. I mean, I want it to be where it's beneficial to me. But in all honesty, that's it. They're the Titans. Now, I think this may change. They're the Titans at plus 115, over under 6.5 wins. I would probably take that bet. I would definitely take that bet. And so I'm trying to. Now, I'm trying to see if I can find the Titans winning the division on Bet MGM. But if I can find that, I might take that bet too. Because I think the Titans have a chance to win the division. But at the same time, I can also see it's completing for the playoffs. I'm trying to see. Hopefully, I'll have it for next time. Now it's plus 400 on BetMGM that the Tennessee Titans make the playoffs. Plus 400, the Tennessee Titans make the playoffs. Um, but I don't see where they have division. But I would take that bet. If it's like plus 1,000, I'll do it. Can't hurt. Put $5 in, maybe I win what 500. I want to say, or 15, or I think I win like 500 at that. So I'll take my chances. But the disrespect is real. But that might be a good thing because now the Tennessee Titans can fly under the radar and nobody notices it. So I say take it with a grain of salt. Don't, you know, don't be worried about what the national media got to say. I have fun with it because it's funny. It's very funny. So, um, that's what I think about that. But the Titans end up wrapping up the offseason. They officially will wrap it up tomorrow. And then the Titans will be off for the next month and a half. And of course, the date of training camp, they are going to report. They'll report back on July the 23rd. And then the first practice of training camp is July 24th. So that means the Tennessee Titan players um they better rest up. They better rest up, stay healthy, get it together. Because once July 23rd comes, it's on. From July 23rd on to about the middle of January or later, it's all business. It is all business from there. Now, right now on BetMGM, the Tennessee Titans are plus 800. The Tennessee Titans are plus 800 to win the division. So, if I put $5 in, I win like $45. If I put 50 in, I win 450. $100, you win $900 if the Tennessee Titans win the division. So they're plus 800 right now on BetMGM. But July 23rd is when the Titans will report for training camp. Of course, some other news that came out is that the Titans will have joint practices around the week of my birthday. They will hold a couple of practices with the Seattle Seahawks. And so I might try to see if I can go up for that and see if I can catch that and everything. But you know, I'm excited about this season. It's going to be very interesting. The players get to have some time off. What I will probably be doing is I will do some shorts and maybe some very small shows if there's anything that comes out. Like, for example, if a certain former Denver Broncos player ends up signing with us, we might definitely get into that. But wrapping up the offseason, of course, there is some concern. Hopefully, Tavondre Sweat will be ready to go by training camp, which I believe Brian Callahan said that he would be. Definitely concerned about MPF and that right tackle position. Definitely still worried about that position, probably most of all. And that's something that's going to play its part because we really don't have an answer at right tackle because they just signed a guy off of the Texans practice squad, and former Chiefs well, he was the guy that played for the Browns, Jerron Christian. So he was on the Browns offensive line as well. So Bill Callahan is familiar with him. And remember, Bill Callahan has all say over the offensive line. And so that's going to be a very interesting thing to see how this plays out, especially with training camp. Who is going to win that right tackle position? And I saw A to Z Sports, and they basically gave an idea, like three. I think Austin said 3 moves he would make if he was Rand Carthon. I think one he said was to sign Yannick Ngakoue. You extend DeAndre Hopkins, which again, I would definitely extend DeAndre Hopkins. Signing Yannick Ngakoue, perhaps. And I think the last one was sign Justice Simmons. I think those were the 3 moves that he said if he was GM, he would make. And so I actually don't disagree with that at all. I would I would definitely do that because they talked about they definitely talked about like what they would do because right now Marcus May, one of the guys that the Titans were very interested in signing, ended up going. Yeah, that's what it was. 3 moves. Sign Justin Simmons from the Broncos, which we would take a look at that. Sign Yannick Ngakoue and extend DeAndre Hopkins. And I bring up Justice Simmons because he is linked to the Titans yet again. It was kind of visited earlier on. I think Justice Simmons did visit, but they didn't sign. And now Justice Simmons is still a free agent. So it might be time to come back around to it because I believe on Monday, Marcus May signed with the Miami Dolphins. So now you got guys like a Jamal Adams. You got guys like Quandre Diggs, Eddie Jackson. But Justice Simmons is by far the best safety on the board. The Titans need to get this done. Now they have about $25 million in cap space left. Most teams want to take about $8 to $10 million into the season. So the Tennessee Titans can easily get a deal done with Justice Simmons and still have a good amount of money left. Make sure, of course, all the draft picks are signed. But you want to have a little bit of money if you sign somebody off the practice squad or somebody else's practice squad, somebody else becomes available in training camp. You definitely want to have a little bit of money. But the Titans have $25 million in cap space left right now. They could easily sign Justice Simmons and still have about 14, 15-ish million left. after signing Justin Simmons, which I would sign him to a 2-year deal, and then maybe you could get out of it after this upcoming season. But I think it's now or never. The Tennessee Titans need to sign Justin Simmons. And I see we got Lawrence 22, which I got a feeling I know who this is. I got a feeling this Mr. XD Gamer then kind of crawled his way back in here. XD, I see you. I know who you is. You can't fool me with a different name. We know who you are. And if you're not, let us know. But I'm pretty sure we know who that is. Over Chicken says, I don't think we'll win the division, but got us second place. I mean, again, if we don't win the division, I do expect us to compete for one of those last playoff spots. But I think Justin Simmons is the logical signing that the Tennessee Titans need to make. So that way he'll be ready. You know, you go ahead and sign him, get him familiar. Get him familiar, get him with the coaches. And then you have him ready to go when he comes in for training camp. But I think Justin Simmons will be a Tennessee Titan. It's now or never for that. And so I think that's a very good move. Yannick Ngakoue, what Austin Stanley suggested, I think would be a nice move because I do think we need another pass rusher. I think we definitely can use another pass rusher because Arden Key, I am not 100% certain on. I'm just not 100% sold on him yet. Don't know if I'm ready to buy. But, because he's played on 6 different teams in the last 6-7 years. You know, he was with the Jaguars. Then he was with the Raiders for some time. The Colts for some time. I want to say he was with Minnesota. Like, I'm looking him up now. Trying to see the last 2 teams he was with. But I mean, he started off in Jacksonville. He was in Minnesota. He was in Baltimore, traded to Baltimore, Raiders, Colts, Bears last year. He has played 16. Whoever he signed with, it will be his 7th team. And mind you, he's only been playing since 2016. Been in the league less than 10 years. And has already played with that many teams. I don't know if he's been a bad teammate or something like that. I am not 100% certain. But that's kind of crazy right there. And then, of course, extended DeAndre Hopkins, absolutely. Absolutely. I would definitely do it where I maybe sign him to another 2-year deal, but you opt out after 1. You could opt out after next season. Not this upcoming season, but the following season after 2025, you might be able to get out. But I would definitely extend DeAndre Hopkins. That's a no-brainer. That is a absolute no-brainer right there. But lastly, before we do get out of here, we got some sad news in the sports world to report. And that is the passing of a legend. NBA Hall of Famer, the man that's in the silhouette of the NBA logo, Mr. Jerry West, died. It was reported today that he passed away at the young age of 86 years old. Jerry West, I mean, an absolute legend in this game. One of the very greatest players of all time. You know, the Mount Rushmore of basketball, you best better believe Jerry West will be on that Mount Rushmore. Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dr. J, Jerry West would be on that moniker. Even over Larry Bird, even over Magic Johnson. you definitely got to put the man who is on the logo of the NBA on Mount Rushmore of basketball. And so, he was a player for a very long time with the Lakers, 14 years to be exact. Then he also was a coach. And then, of course, became a long-time executive. And he spent 5 years of his time as a general manager right here in Memphis, Tennessee with the Memphis Grizzlies. And did pretty good, by the way. He was around the years that we had the late great Hubie Brown as our head coach, and Jerry West was a part of it when we went to the playoffs for the very first time, and we did that 3 years in a row. Jerry West was the general manager at that time of the Memphis Grizzlies. A absolutely terrific basketball player, and he will sadly be missed. And just seemed like a very good man. A very good man. I think he was definitely very much liked here in Memphis. And he brought some good teams here. So, definitely some sad news in the sports world. Definitely sad to hear. Rest in peace to Jerry West. Was born in 1938. Passed away at the tender age of 86 years old. And he has passed on, I believe, as of yesterday. It was just reported today. And at this time, let us give a moment of silence for Jerry West. Thank you. Jerry West will definitely be missed. And so, and still sticking with the basketball theme, of course, tonight we have the NBA Finals, Game 3 happening tonight. Mavs and Celtics. I've watched a little bit of the first 2 games, and all I got to tell you is this. I actually think the series is over. I don't think Dallas has a chance to win this series. I got Boston in 5. The only way Dallas has any chance of making this a series is they better win tonight. Because if they don't win tonight, it's all she wrote. It is over. And Boston might sweep them. And even if Dallas wins tonight, I think Boston will win Game 4, and then they finish them off in Game 5. Luka is their only hope in Dallas because Kyrie Irving has completely disappeared in this series, and they have really nobody else besides Kyrie that can help Luka. They really don't. I mean, Gafford's trying on the inside and stuff like that. PJ Washington couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from 3. But Boston just has too many weapons. They got Tatum. They got Brown. They got Horford. You got those 3. You got White. You got White coming off. Derek White. I mean, you got so many weapons. Porzingis, even though he's right now hurt at the moment, so we don't know if he's playing tonight or not, and that could be of a benefit. But Boston was still winning even without him. So right now, Amar says, get the brooms out. Boston getting that ring. Because I am actually surprised. I didn't realize Boston hadn't won a ring since 2009, I want to say. No, 2007. The year Kevin Garnett was like, anything is possible. I like the echo right there. But that was the last time they won a ring in Boston, and I'm actually surprised. I thought they won another one since. But I think Boston does win this series in 5. I think it's going to be very quick, clean, and Dallas just needs to go ahead and lose this series painlessly. And let's move on. Because, again, without Luka, they have nothing. They really don't. So that's kind of my prediction on this series and everything. I'm probably going to be watching some wrestling tonight. Again, going forward, before training camp, I'm going to be trying to work on some stuff, maybe for a new show coming. Definitely going to try to bring back the Truth League report. Definitely try to get that started. Of course, talking about the games that happened. Definitely going to be trying to do some of that as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. And make sure y'all pass these out to fans of all Tennessee sports teams: Grizzlies, Tigers, even Vols. We may start doing that again. Trying to talk about that and stuff like that too. So trying to make a format and everything to put that together as well. And so we're going to definitely get that going, but definitely going to do some shorts and definitely some smaller videos, basically talking about maybe a subject or two here or there. But everybody, I think that's going to just about do it for tonight's show. Didn't really have a lot to talk about, but we're definitely getting ready as the players get ready to take off for the summer. And I will probably take off a little bit too. But definitely be in tune because some things are going to be coming around the bend. But I thank everybody for tuning into tonight's show. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. Y'all make sure you follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter X. And then also make sure you like and also hit that like button, help the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And help me get past 15 subscribers before training camp. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the season. So I'm trying to get there. Help me out, y'all. Make sure y'all spread the word out to everybody. And at the end of the day, I thank y'all for tuning into this show. And I hope everybody has a very good rest of your day. And you know what we got to say. Tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.